Today, let's talk about the incredible battle armor in Swallowed Star that has caught the envy of countless powerhouses, the Cataclysm armor. So, Luo Feng was dominating the scene in the interstellar era, wielding the formidable attack and defense capabilities of the mysterious tendril, conquering every challenge with a commanding presence. But did you know? The mysterious tendril was eventually replaced by an even more extraordinary battle armor. The value of this armor far exceeds all the legacies that Hui Yuanbo gave to Luo Feng. Even the Lord of Chaotic's eyes were filled with envy. So, what exactly is this Cataclysm armor? When Luo Feng was undergoing trials in the domain battlefield, he encountered a life and death crisis. Fortunately, at a critical moment, his earthling bloodline attracted the attention of the Guardian of the Star Tower, who then transported him to the trial space. After 6,000 years of arduous trials, Luo Feng finally became a disciple of the Mount Tai faction and obtained the Star Tower and this legendary Cataclysm armor. The Cataclysm armor is no ordinary treasure. It was specially crafted by the Mount Tai faction for those of Earthling lineage, and only those with Earthling bloodline can wield it. The remarkable thing about this armor is that it doesn't require the comprehension of law power, it only needs the spiritual body to meet the requirements to activate. Imagine when Luo Feng's spiritual body reaches the strength of 1 billion times that of a universe master. He can activate the first form of the Cataclysm armor, weakening physical attacks to 100 and soul attacks to 1/10, while bestowing him with the strength of 1 billion times that of a universe master. It's like cheating, but even better. And the second and third forms of the Cataclysm armor are even more extraordinary. The second form requires the drive of 100 billion times the strength of a universe master, weakening physical attacks to 1/10,000 and soul attacks to 1/10, granting the power of 1 trillion times that of a universe master. The third form, on the other hand, requires the drive of 1 quadrillion times the strength of a universe master, weakening physical attacks to 100,000 and soul attacks to 1/10, endowing the Cataclysm armor with the power of 1 quadrillion times that of a universe master. In other words, once Luo Feng activates the third form, the opponent's physical attacks are almost ineffective, while his own attack power soars to the level of the top universe masters. This Cataclysm armor also has an extraordinary function: it can nurture offspring. It can give birth to 4 levels of offspring: Emperor armor, King armor, General armor, and Soldier armor. These offspring also possess powerful defensive and offensive capabilities, making it easy to build an invincible army. Just the thought of it is exhilarating. The power and rarity of the Cataclysm armor have even made the Lord of Chaotic unable to contain his excitement. After all, such a treasure not only enhances personal strength but also brings tremendous benefits to the tribe. Unfortunately, the conditions for using the Cataclysm armor are too strict. Only those with the Earthling bloodline can use it. This makes the Cataclysm armor a unique treasure of inheritance. It must be said that Luo Feng is truly remarkable. Every time he appears, he shines brightly, and every battle he fights ignites the blood of the audience. So, after being defeated by the Lord of Chaotic, Luo Feng did not lose heart. Instead, he became even more determined on his path of cultivation. He resolutely ventured to the domain battlefield to hone his strength and will. And guess what? He did indeed stir up quite a bit of trouble there. While searching for treasures in the sacrificial altar, Luo Feng accidentally formed a deadly feud with the alien race's Seal King, Zi Zhongwang. This Zi Zhongwang was quite a ruthless character, and he, along with 2 King limitless immortals, plotted to frame Luo Feng. But little did they know, Luo Feng wasn't someone to be trifled with. He directly took out 2 supreme fire god crystals, incinerating Zi Zhongwang to ashes and driving away the 2 King limitless immortals. One of them had an even worse fate, directly knocked into a deep slumber by Luo Feng and later awakened to become his sole imprint servant. Zi Zhongwang, unwilling to accept his demise, attracted over 200 Seal Kings of the alien race. This made things quite lively. 18 Seal King powerhouses wanted to besiege Luo Feng and teach him a lesson. But Luo Feng wasn't one to be intimidated. He wielded the venomous Shadow Battle Blade, with the blade solidifying with the fiendish poison, an extremely potent venom that could directly obliterate immortals upon contact. Guess what happened next? Luo Feng chopped down those Seal King powerhouses like chopping vegetables, one by one. In this battle, Luo Feng truly stole the spotlight, with only 5 out of 18 Seal King powerhouses surviving. You see, the probability of a Seal King powerhouse falling is as low as it gets. Having so many fall at once is a rarity that hasn't been seen for a long, long time. After this battle, Luo Feng's name resounded far and wide. With his lone prowess, he intimidated over 200 Seal Kings of the alien race, truly proving himself as a formidable figure. Moreover, Luo Feng's swordsmanship was truly exquisite. With each strike, rivers of blade light coalesced and lingered for a long time. With one river of blades unleashed, one Seal King fell. Just imagine 13 dazzling rivers of blades hanging in the sky, each representing the demise of a Seal King. The scene was simply awe-inspiring. Later on, when Luo Feng reached the level of a lord, he earned the title of Seal King, bestowed with the name King of Blade Rivers by many. It was truly an extraordinary achievement. From then on, the title of King of Blade Rivers spread throughout the entire universe, making him a legendary figure. In Swallowed Star, Vina can be described as a goddess-like auntie. Not only is she a powerhouse at the level of a war god, but she also has a vast family background, with her husband being equally formidable. Vina, known as the venomous scorpion, is decisive and ruthless in her actions, a fitting description for her beautiful yet ruthless demeanor. As Candice's aunt, Vina has always been a subject of fan attention, with many joking that this auntie is anything but ordinary. In the series, Vina, in her identity as a war god, displays a graceful figure, especially with her long and slender legs, which are the envy of many. However, when I saw her fate, I couldn't help but be moved, with tears welling up in my eyes. Nowadays, Vina is a powerful war god level martial artist, but Luo Feng has also ascended to the level of a war god. For him, ordinary war gods no longer attract his attention. Luo Feng's gaze has long been set on the higher realm of transcendent war gods. Of course, there are even more powerful martial artists in the universe beyond transcendent war gods, but they surpass the scope of Earth civilization, belonging to the unknown universe domain. This time, Vina Auntie has set her sights on Luo Feng, actively recruiting manpower to deal with him. After all, to deal with a powerhouse like Luo Feng, ordinary people are simply not up to the task. Besides being a war god martial artist, Luo Feng also has the special identity of a mental reader, which even Hong places high hopes on. Currently, Hong's combat power is at the ceiling, and if we were to measure combat strength, we could even call him the boss of the beginner village. Vina, as a goddess-level war god, indeed has enviable long, slender legs. After admiring Vina Auntie's perfect figure, many fans express envy towards Li Yao. Li Yao possesses a powerful set of equipment, the Black God set, which Luo Feng currently cannot break through. The Mystic Goddess is truly adept at setting suspense, and Vina Auntie's recruitment plan is one of them. Observing her skilled lips, it seems to indicate that her plan is very meticulous. This is also a mystique tradition. For example, in another work, Soul Land, Bibi Dong is also actively recruiting manpower for the Hall of Martial Souls. Faced with the powerful Tang San, how could they defeat this rebel without recruiting more manpower? Similarly, Vina's recruitment plan this time is aimed at countering Luo Feng, her formidable adversary. Vina's figure is indeed enviable. However, knowing her fate, I instantly felt heartache. Yes, in the end, Vina actually met the fate of execution. She met such a fate because she targeted Luo Feng's family, who had become planetary-level warriors by then. According to regulations, it's a capital offense for a war god to target the family of a planetary-level warrior. Therefore, Vina and her companions were sentenced to the extreme penalty. The goddess-like Vina ended up in such a predicament, truly a regrettable loss. The Bloodline Purifier. This thing is the only artifact in the entire universe capable of skyrocketing bloodline intensity, but do you know? The story behind it is even more thrilling than its function. Long ago, humans were merely minor players in the vast universe, bullied by other races day in and day out. Until a hero named Ancestor emerged, his astonishing talent and strength allowed him to cultivate all the way to become the strongest in the universe. Under his leadership, humans finally rose to dominance, becoming one of the peak races in the universe. An Ancestor not only led humans to the peak, but also founded the Virtual Universe Company himself, creating two great artifacts for this company, the Virtual Universe Network and the Bloodline Purifier. The virtual universe network speaks for itself. Its power lies in covering the entire universe, allowing every corner's inhabitants to feel its might. But the bloodline purifier is quite intriguing. This thing was specially developed by Ancestor to enhance human bloodline intensity. However, the development process wasn't that simple. It was practically a bloody massacre history. Ancestor conducted a crazy slaughter of races across the universe to study the strength of various bloodlines. He selected bloodlines that could merge with human genes and, after special refinement, finally created the bloodline purifier. But do you know? Behind every bloodline purifier, there are hundreds of innocent lives sacrificed. These lives may be small races in some corner of the universe, or perhaps members of other races with special abilities. In any case, they all met a cruel fate at the hands of Ancestor. However, Ancestor's brutal actions also drew the attention of the highest rules of the universe. His slaughter of living beings violated the order of the universe, and he was eventually sealed by the highest rules into nothingness, losing his freedom. And the human race also greatly weakened due to losing Ancestor's protection. To consolidate their position, the human upper echelon added a special substance to the bloodline purifier. As long as someone takes the purifier and is disloyal to the virtual universe company, this substance will directly obliterate their soul origin. This method is even more ruthless than the slave system. So, whenever a new genius joins the virtual universe company, they receive a free bloodline purifier. But this gift is actually a shackle used by the company to firmly bind them.